Howdy folks, and welcome to Hawkmore Outdoors.
And on this episode, doing some maintenance to the Kawasaki Teryx. So,
Y'all stay tuned.
one big thing for the Kawasaki here is I'm going to update these tires. These have been pretty good. That one, you can probably get a little bit more out of those. But that one is pretty much done for. There's an even worse spot on the bottom of it. This was the passenger tire, and it just seems like they eat the passenger tire up so bad. And then once these tires get to a certain point, they're just over with, so. All right, got them tires off, but here are the new tires. This is the Road Guider from Amazon. I think they're 170 bucks for two of them. Very nice tread pattern. Meyer has kind of the same ones. I think his are Sun F, but I think they come out the same factory, honestly. So we're gonna get these mounted, put on these rims. And that'll be one step of the upkeep for the Kawasaki Teryx. But we'll see how long they last. They are a cheap set of tires, but they've got a lot of beef on them. They seem really good. So we'll try them out and see how they do. So we are going to be changing the oil in this Teryx. I'm going to be putting a little bit of coolant in here as well. It's getting a little bit low. A lot of hot rides on the road, you know, that'll happen, but want to get the oil changed. I'd like to go to some ATV parks later in the year here, do a lot of road riding and stuff like that. So just a little bit of peace of mind, getting it all done and fixed up. So I got a few things off of Amazon for this little project here. They had a kit on Amazon, came with 4 quarts of oil, 10W40 semi-synthetic, and oil filter, and the little drain plug gasket thing there, but you have to have 4.2 quarts, so I had to go get another quart of oil. Got some antifreeze. It states in the manual, and a lot of forums are read, you can just use standard antifreeze 50-50 blend. Kawasaki does sell some, but it is expensive. I mean, you could buy about 4 or 5 of these for how much they give you. I think it's just a liter. But this is what we're going to be using for this oil change and antifreeze. So it's pretty simple how to do the oil. It's not that difficult. If you can change an oil on a car or a truck or something like that, you should be able to do this. But the oil dipstick is underneath this front seat. It's pretty simple. There's a little tab. You just pick the front seat off. The driver's side seat, I should say. Just a little tab. Pull it off. You'll have this little flap here. It's on hinges. Just pull that down, and your oil dipstick is right there. That's where you add oil as well. Underneath, you got to take the skid plate off, and underneath there is your filter and your drain plug.
To gain access to your oil filter, there's this little plastic skid plate here held on by 4 bolts. We've already taken those bolts off. There's a little lip there. Put full right down there. That's going to give you access to your oil filter here. To get to your drain plug, your oil drain plug, there's quite a big hole here into your metal skid plate, and there's your drain plug. You have access to your drain plug in this skid plate. There's a hole in the skid plate here. So it's a 17 millimeter. I kind of broke it free off camera. Got a little some YouTube magic here. There we go. Yeah. I don't want to get that thing lost. But
That's how you do it.
Let her drain. One thing I do want to mention, we took the dipstick out of the engine already to let some air into the oil reservoir so it can drain properly and fully. So just gonna let it drain. Probably get back to my beer, have a couple sips. It's important to stay hydrated during this process.
So here's the filter right here, really small one. The dealership probably put the old one on with a impact or something, but I got a little filter wrench here. Just put your oil filters on by hand, tighten them. Yeah, there you go. And I should be able to get it off the rest of the way. But it's been a very simple oil change. Hasn't been hard. And the Teryx has a lot of clearance on it. We'll let that drain out and we'll put the new one on. So I got the filter here. Went ahead and lubed the gasket there. That's something important to do. I'm gonna put the new one on. We went ahead and installed the drain plug back in because we were ready to put some fresh oil in this thing. And I'm just gonna do this filter hand tight and then try to go about a half turn after that. And that is all you need. All right, drain plugs in, new filters in. We get this skid plate back on and we're ready to put some fresh oil in. 2, 1. So we're gonna add 4 quarts. And then we're going to run it for a second, and then we're going to check the level and add 0.2 quarts into it. So we got 4 in there. We're going to go ahead and put the dipstick back in. We're going to let it run for a second. Let it all cycle through and everything. And we'll check the level and we'll add the 0.2. That it needs. Yeah, needs a little bit. I'm gonna add that 0.2 in there. Just a little bit. I'm not gonna add a whole bunch. It's pretty good where it's at, but just be on the safe side. Right up here is the air filter in your Teryx here. I believe even the new ones are the same, but you just pop those clips. There are some little tubes that you got to contend with. Pull them out. And your air filter is just going to be sitting there. It's held in by this thing, but this is a newer air filter. I'm not going to worry about it. I replaced this last year at some point. Still got a lot of life in it, but just to show you real quick how to check this air filter.
Gonna go ahead and put some antifreeze in this rig. Keep her running cool. It doesn't take a whole lot.
Good.
Here's your Hawkmore Outdoors pro tip of the day. If your machine starts running hot, check your radiator. Sometimes mud will get up there, clog those vents up, and won't be able to cool down. Clean it out with the hose, and that's your Hawkmore Outdoors pro tip of the day. Well, there you have it, folks. A little maintenance on the Kawasaki Teryxes.
Super simple process. You can change your oil on your vehicle, save you some coin, get this done. But if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for all that you do. You have a good one.